I'm at the
Godzilla is quite literally my number one giant monster among fiction. He's the only reason the popularity among giant monsters skyrocketed. Some of you might say he's a force of nature. Some of you all say that his daily basis is to destroy the city for the 57th time of the week. But barely about him originally existing as a nuclear message. But what happened past those years of Godzilla evolution? It all started with a boat called the Lucky Dragon No. 5. They visited near the Marshall Islands during the time when America is testing their explosive toys. Not only was the nuclear blast power stronger than predicted, the radiation slapped the ship crew members of the ship and the rest of the Marshall Islands with radiation poisoning. Survivors from the boat went through heavy medication, and one of them passed away. Ishiro Honda, the director of the first Godzilla movie, was inspired with this to make a whole movie. Also fun fact, the scaly skin that Godzilla has is inspired by the rough skin from the survivors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, since the Japanese weren't so familiar with giants unlike the US with King Kong and the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, they were scared shitless. This is how the original got the horror category for the movie. The problem was Hollywood. After Americans got their hands on the copy, they cut roughly 15 to 20 minutes of the movie worth of anything mentioning nuclear misuse, nuclear bombs, or anything alike, and just labeled my goat as some mad monster like Hollywood would have done to anything destructive and giant. It was renamed to Godzilla King of the Monsters. Not that one, this one. Each adaptation or reboot after leaned more and more into the action, the monster battles, and the city destruction, while drifting away from the original message. And the worst part, it has only started to snowball since then. Now people won't even see him as a metaphor and the bad side of nuclear weapons to begin with. Just some lizard drinking green juice and went crazy. Come on bro. At least once we have to stumble upon one of these that's just using Godzilla as super mad, massive, or destructive to begin. My honest opinion, it kinda pisses me off. The word Godzilla is now basically shorthand for aggressive thing, further pushing the original meaning deeper into the shadows of pop culture. So let me remind of y'all the question, is the deep meaning gone for good? Yes, and no. Yes in the sense that mainstream audiences mostly associate Godzilla with action-packed monster brawls, or giant creature crossovers. Hollywood's monster-verse films lean more on the blockbuster appeal and less on the introspective horror that birthed the character. But my favorite part is that it isn't, because some still remember it. In 2016, Shin Godzilla remade the OG Godzilla, but if it's at the modern days, the tough skin, slow menacing and terrifying nature once made me lose the ability to sleep as a child. It shows the slow and painful evolution of an animal who didn't want to hurt anyone but is forced to. That also references the people who suffered radiation poisoning for a long time. But then came Godzilla -1 in 2023, releasing internationally 1 to 2 years later. This Godzilla is one of my favorite, since it's terrifying, and it also returned Godzilla's nuclear roots, emphasizing human fear, loss, and survival in post-war Japan. Before we end the video, let me ask you one thing. Would you like Godzilla just for the spectacles, or preserve the deep meaning within the lizard?